Hello, Kirsten here again, and today let's talk about weighing yourself, because I don't want you to ruin your life the way I did it for many years. I thought that I have to be at a certain weight to be healthy and fit and happy, and so I did everything in my power to be at a certain weight and never let it go higher than what I had in mind. So for me personally, I had one number in mind. It was always 62 kilos. But even if I saw like a 100 grams more than the 62 kilos, I was like, no, I'm doing something wrong. And I did it for so many years. So I want to give you an example of how every morning of my life looked like for about 5 years or so. So I was really obsessed with running. I had started running to lose weight. And yes, I absolutely did. I lost like 14 kilos, approximately 30 pounds. And I wanted to keep this weight off. So what I did every single morning was, one, I woke up and I just put on my running clothes real quick, head out, did my run, usually ran for 60 to 120 minutes, so 1 to 2 hours, or like 10K or 15K. So it was always at least 1 hour or at least 10K. So a lot of times it was 2 hours and sometimes it was like 17K. I didn't eat anything before that because I had this idea in my mind that if I run and don't eat anything before, this is when I burn the most calories and the most fat. And this is how I end up being really light, which was my only goal back then. All right, so I went running. I got back from my run and then I didn't drink any water because I had to weigh myself and I didn't want to be heavier, right? Because I thought that this glass of water will affect my weight and it will show on the scale. So I was like, no, I cannot drink any water. There are some things I have to do before I get on the scale. So I got home, then I took a shower because I also wanted to wait a little bit longer before I weigh myself, because I was hoping that way my weight will drop maybe even a little bit more. So I took a shower. Of course, I used the bathroom again to be lighter, not having eaten anything, not having had any drink, any water, anything. Used the bathroom, got on the scale, and believe it or not, I was even nervous whether my wet hair will affect the weight and whether it shows a high number. This is exactly how obsessed I was, and I did it day in, day out. The rest of the day was actually, I didn't eat properly. I ate only certain things. I avoided all of the things, but I just wanted to give you an example of my morning routine and how the scale totally dominated my mornings. I, of course, ended up really exhausted after a while. I maintained my weight. I was still 62 kilos. Some days I was less, some days I was more. And when I was more, I was like, this is the end of the world. Tomorrow I have to run more. Okay, so here I am, my 62 kilos, and I was supposed to be super happy and healthy and fit, or so I thought. However, it wasn't the entire truth because I didn't pay attention to all of those signs that my body gave me. I just ignored them. And these signs actually really clearly told me that something is not right. Although my weight is 62 kilos, which I thought is ideal for me. But a lot of times your body may disagree. You may have this thing in your mind, oh, I have to be this number of kilos or pounds, but your body may have totally different understanding. So you cannot determine it. It's up to your body. Okay, a couple of signs that I should have really paid attention to. First thing, I lost my sleep. I was so obsessed with running already the night before. Do I have enough time to run at least 10K? Will I be able to make it to work on time? But I have to run before that. So I had all these procedures that I had to do before I went to work. So I was nervous the night before. I was like tossing and turning and worried if I will wake up. Of course I woke up. I was up pretty much all night long sometimes. And so I would just go and run and make sure this thing gets done. So second thing, my period completely stopped. I didn't see it for years and years and years. And eventually I ended up being 10 years without my period. So that's definitely one sign that if you lose your period, you're working out a lot, you're eating pretty low calories. This is the sign from your body that it doesn't like it, doesn't have the energy it needs to keep your hormones working and to keep giving you your period. The period is super important. As annoying as it can be, it's really important. If you don't get it, you are not healthy, you're not fit, no matter what your scale tells you. Another thing that happened to me is that I started being really, really cold all the time. I lost a lot of body fat, I lost a lot of body weight. I was cold. Everybody else was wearing shorts and t-shirts, and I was the only one always cold, wearing all 10 layers and like super cold, shaky even. And it wasn't good. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but I was just so overtrained. My body didn't have any energy. Again, my weight was where I thought it should be. However, my body was super cold. It didn't like the weight. I'm going to show you a picture of me. I just finished my 3rd marathon, and that was actually my lowest point when I was really, really exhausted, really tired. I was running all the time, and this is my body weight, around 62 kilos or so. So as you can see, I have absolutely no muscle on my body, like nothing. And all I cared about was being skinny. But if you think about what's healthier, then definitely carrying some muscle mass is way healthier for you than just being skinny and have no muscle at all. I'm not saying that you have to look like a bodybuilder or have like really visible abs or have like really, really like big biceps muscle or big butts, but it's absolutely very healthy to have some muscle in your body that keeps you strong, that keeps you moving, that keeps you functional. It's much healthier for your body than just being skinny and not have any strength at all. The next thing I was thinking about all the time was food. I was worried about it like 24/7, thinking about it all the time. When is my next meal? What is it gonna be? Is everything prepped for it? Maybe there's too many calories. Oh my God, do I have to eat out? I cannot afford to have a piece of chocolate because I know that I would binge on everything. I remember going out to eat with my friends, and I couldn't even hear their conversations because I was so busy calculating my calories, just wondering, oh, I wonder how much is in this food. Every time I went to eat somewhere, I would just check the menus first, see if they have calories, and then no matter what the food was, I would always get the lowest calorie food. And this is not the way to live. It's very, very distracting. It makes totally impossible to focus on more important things. Like I was studying back then, I just couldn't read stuff. I couldn't remember stuff. I was just so hyper-focused on food. And also because I didn't eat enough, my brain just wasn't really working properly. It was really hard to memorize things or write things in a foreign language. I just couldn't do it. It was extremely, extremely hard. These are a few examples of how living by the number on the scale wasn't really healthy for me. And I've said several times already, but you may have like a certain number in your mind that I have to be on this weight, but it may be absolutely wrong for your body. That you should be able to maintain a certain weight without crazy workouts, without dieting, and by just living a normal lifestyle, like moving your body as much as feels good, maybe like a little bit every day, but maybe two to 4 workouts a week should be enough. You're not supposed to kill yourself in the gym. You're not supposed to be running 10 miles without any food in your body, and you're not supposed to count any calories. And the weight that your body finds when you're living a normal life, this is the weight your body wants to be at. But if your body is giving you these signs that it gave me, lack of sleep, loss of period, constantly hungry, always cold, very distracted mind, then that probably means that this weight is not right for you. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. Go and eat something really good. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.